Meghan Markle, wow. As ever, the relaunch was a bigger disaster than anyone could have envisaged.
What if the moment Meghan Markle unveiled her perfect relaunch was also the split second her fairy tale brand began to buckle? In theory, As Ever was built to be untouchable, prettier fonts, cleaner photos, whispers of wellness draped in Duchess chic. But at precisely 8:42 a.m. on launch day, the gloss was already peeling, the numbers weren't adding up, and a clipped, uneasy video hinted at chaos off-screen. Tonight we're diving headfirst into that 42-minute freefall, the smoke and mirrors sellout that followed, and a wine drop time for July 1st that set royal watchers ablaze. Fasten your seatbelt. By the end, you'll decide whether this is stealth marketing genius or the loudest sign yet that the royal fairy tale has cracked beyond repair.
I don't body shame here. I'm just asking a general question. What's up with her face?
But first, let's roll back the clock to those first frantic 42 minutes. The website went live at 8 a.m. Pacific. Polished images of cookie mixes, tea tins, and pastel tinsels sliding across screens worldwide. Meghan's social team dropped an identical flurry of captions. Back in stock. Limited quantities. Get them before they're gone. Yet, by 8:42, an Instagram story showed Meghan in a softly lit kitchen, shoulders tight, gaze flickering downward. She murmured, "We're almost sold out again. Thank you so much." Then flashed her phone camera at a second device, proof of lifestyle, as though a timestamp alone could silence skeptics.
She knows she's been rumbled.
Oh, 100%. Because if you actually look at the time that she recorded that, because she shows it on the second phone, it's 8:42. Her brand launched, or the new products launched at 8 o'clock around.
To the casual scroller, it looked triumphant. To anyone watching closely, it looked nervous. The phone shook. The smile was brittle. And in that stutter of body language, the first red flag whipped into view. You don't announce a sellout at 42 minutes unless you're already worried the numbers won't impress later. The comment section picked up on the tension immediately. "Why does she look like she's about to cry?" asked one viewer. Another wrote, "Girl, blink twice if the site's actually crashing." It was the kind of micro panic fans usually miss, yet here it was, playing out in real time. And that tiny tremor would set off the biggest aftershock. Within an hour, glossy headlines proclaimed, "Everything gone in minutes." The source? Press releases funneled straight to lifestyle outlets hungry for click-throughs. What was missing were the receipts.
So when she's trying to sell these kind of, I'm sorry, but crappy, cheap tats to middle America, she needs to have this relatability, and she doesn't have that at all.
Meghan Markle accused of gaming fans after her new As Ever product sold out within just minutes.
She's trying to sell herself as this wholesome mother who's baking cookies and making tea for the rest of the family.
No stock counts, no back office screenshots, no shipping confirmation screenshots from real customers, just a blanket claim that every last jar of apricot spread, every tea sachet, every polka-dotted jar of flour sprinkles had vanished. Retail vets smelled FOMO theater, standard e-commerce transparency, cart numbers, traffic snapshots, even ballpark inventory was nowhere to be found. Instead, the brand leaned on mystique. "We can't share quantities, but trust us, it's gone. If this is gone, why did my visa just go through?" The fake scarcity game can spark urgency once, perhaps twice, but if the veil slips, the backlash hits twice as hard. People don't mind limited drops. They despise feeling duped. And no moment made them feel more duped than the viral clip that dropped next.
Hard. The moment that everything sells out, it doesn't mean that we're done. It means we're working on replenishment and what are the next SKUs and what's the next tranche of products and what's the timing on that and writing the newsletters and writing the social media captions and making sure that all that feels in line and what's the cadence of it. And
in this interview, she really goes on these tangents of talking about how stressful her day is. And when I was listening to it, I was thinking, no, that sounds like a normal day to me, Meghan.
Back in that softly lit kitchen, Meghan reappeared, phone in hand, apparently demonstrating how to sprinkle edible flowers onto shortbread batter, except what viewers actually saw was Apple iMessage confetti raining down her screen. She froze for half a beat, squinting, then asked, "Is it confetti or flower sprinkles?" It should have been quirky, A quick giggle, a wink, and move on. Instead, the delivery landed with a thud, monotone, eyes darting off camera, posture stiff as a mannequin in a shop window. The internet pounced. Within hours, Sprinklegate hashtag trended. Edits of the clip set to circus music, remixed into GIFs, slowed down to show the precise moment panic flashed across her face. Engagement rocketed, but not the kind a lifestyle brand prays for.
You look lovely.
Thank you, so do you.
Before we get into it,
People weren't rushing to buy cookie mix. They were sharing cringe. More worrying for the Duchess, marketing analysts began dissecting the moment in long Twitter threads. Relatability can't be staged. Viewers detect micro-gestures. Forced authenticity backfires. That single 13-second clip did more damage than 100 negative reviews. It exposed a truth the brand had frantically tried to hide. The founder looked neither passionate nor prepared. And when passion looks pretend, scarcity games start to resemble desperation. Launch 1. Sold out in an hour. Restock 1. Back in stock. But hurry. Launch 2. Gone again. Thank you for the love. The cycle repeated so predictably that real buyers gave up. They knew the game. Stalk the site, fight the bots, lose the cart, rage tweet, repeat. But who wants to chase cookie dough like limited edition sneakers?
When you look at Meghan's video, where it is so obvious, she knows her strategy has failed. She knows Harry is falling apart. She knows this has all gone so badly wrong.
Unlike a new Yeezy drop, grocery-adjacent goods have a shelf life, both literally and emotionally. Compounding the fatigue were whispered reports of refunds hitting bank accounts weeks later, citing inventory miscounts. One Reddit thread titled, "Did anyone actually get their order?" logged more than 1,800 upvotes and dozens of screenshots from fans waiting months for tracking numbers. That's when casual curiosity dried up. People who might have impulse bought a tea sampler moved on to brands that reliably ship. And in e-commerce, once the trial funnel clogs, word of mouth dries up next. Faced with dwindling goodwill, Meghan did what she's done before, throw something shiny in the air. 10 days after apologizing for low stock, as ever teased a brand new venture, a 2023 Napa Valley Rosé debuting July 1st. The date raised eyebrows instantly.
She knows, doesn't she? I mean, it's like all of the facade has gone, the veneer has gone. This is a joke now. It's a total joke.
Princess Diana's birthday. Coincidence? Maybe. Convenient? Absolutely. Headlines were guaranteed. The teaser caption, just 3 words, "Sip, zip, hooray," floated over a blush pink bottle. No vineyard tour, no tasting notes, no winemaker Q&A, just vibes. Price, $30 a bottle, $90 for 3, plus shipping. Bundles climbing to $300 for a case. Critics called the drop tone deaf. "You just told fans you couldn't keep cookie mix on the shelf," wrote one columnist. "And now you're asking them to shell out triple digits for wine?" Yet, predictably, the brand declared another near-instant sellout. Customers who clicked late saw the all-too-familiar sold-out banner. The déjà vu was palpable and infuriating. While Meghan's PR machine framed the timing as a joyful summer release, royal watchers muttered, "Anything to snag Diana headlines, huh?" The optics battle intensified. The brand narrative grew thinner. But even the rosé reveal couldn't mask a bigger problem. There was still no story behind any of it.
All right, critics have accused Meghan Markle of gaming fans after nearly all of her new as-ever products sold out within minutes for the second time.
Successful celebrity labels radiate founder presence. Fenty thrives because Rihanna demonstrates shade swatches on her own arm. Goop sticks because Gwyneth reveals awkward detox diaries. Story sells. As ever, by contrast, resembled a museum gift shop run on autopilot. Pastel packaging, tidy puns, rise and chai, good things crumble, but zero behind-the-scenes moments. No footage of Meghan tweaking recipes, laughing over burnt test batches, or touring the Napa vines. The Duchess appeared only in 2 heavily filtered videos, both stiff, both short, both overshadowed by awkward micro moments. That gap left critics to fill in their own storyline. She doesn't bake, she barely tastes, she just stamps her title on the tin. Whether true or not, perception hardened. Without authentic storytelling, the brand felt hollow, aesthetic smoke trying to masquerade as lifestyle fire. Industry veterans issued blunt warnings on podcasts. Relying on exclusivity is fine until a single scandal wrecks the allure. If a founder won't live the product, consumers won't either. Even die-hard supporters noticed.
Most reputable retailers don't go through this. So I think she's wearing it as a badge of honor. You know why I'm laughing. A badge of honor, whereas the rest of us see this as what kind of business is this? How many products do you have? You look ill-prepared for anything.
One fan tweet summed it up. I adore Meghan, but if she never appears actually cooking, why should I believe in the cookies? And cracks spread fastest when loyalists start to doubt. Memes, snack, and think pieces erupted week after week. Sprinklegate hashtag refused to die. Reaction channels spliced it into America's Funniest Home Videos montages. Meanwhile, consumer watchdog blogs poured over As Ever's nutritional labels, calling out vague ingredient sourcing and premium price tags for what critics described as fancy sugar with flour dust. The domino effect reached mainstream media. Business commentators invited supply chain experts to explain why repeated sellouts hint at either razor-thin production budgets or deliberate scarcity theater. A late-night host joked, "Blink and you'll miss it." Literally, she blinks and claims it's gone. Behind palace gates, or Montecito hedges, Harry reportedly stayed silent. His Netflix documentary deals cooling, as execs wondered if public sentiment was turning. Once friendly outlets like People began slipping subtle caveats into coverage. As Ever's rapid sellout sparked consumer skepticism online. Even Meghan's most vocal champions had to ask, where was the transparency? Why no quick Q&A to quell rumors? The longer silence stretched, the louder the speculation grew. Which brings us to the crossroads, staring the Duchess in the face.
We spent so much time making sure we had so much more inventory. That's why we took the time, and you guys are doing it again. We're nearly sold out on everything, and I can't believe it. Even flower sprinkles, which I knew was going to be the big one again, so that has more inventory than all of it.
Path 1. Radical transparency. Open the doors. Show the kitchens, the winemaking cellar, the spreadsheets. Post a raw vlog of a failed batch, a shipping delay, a tasting that goes sideways. Fans love redemption arcs. A behind-the-curtain pivot could flip the narrative overnight. Path 2. Keep spinning. Maintain the mystique. Drop new SKUs every quarter. Sparkling wine, spice blends, maybe scented candles. Each announced with dreamy pastel shots and lofty taglines. Hope that novelty outruns scrutiny. The stakes are towering. A full-scale loss of consumer trust could bleed millions. Unsold stock, contract penalties, partner hesitancy. Reputationally, a Duchess's crown can't shield a founder forever. Social media is ruthless to perceived sham authenticity. The twist. The very royal label that once guaranteed headlines now doubles as a spotlight exposing every misstep. In a saturated influencer economy, substance is the last true currency. Either As Ever finds some fast, or the brand becomes a case study in marketing textbooks under when scarcity backfires. So let's rewind the wreckage one last time. The 42-minute free fall. Nerves caught on camera before the first hour was up. Smoke and mirror sellouts. Big headlines, tiny receipts. Fans left doubting. Sprinklegate. A 13-second clip that turned cringe viral. Scarcity whiplash. Shoppers tired of the chase. Goodwill leaking fast. Rosé rebound. A wine drop timed to a royal birthday. Fueling accusation of clout chasing. Pretty fonts, empty pantry. No story, no soul, no founder passion on display. Backlash on blast. Memes, watchdogs, cooling partnerships. Crossroads, transparency, or perpetual spin. All that glitters isn't gold, and all that's pink and pastel isn't necessarily profitable. The question now is simple. Is Meghan Markle secretly playing 4D hype chess? Or has the royal fairy tale finally lost its sparkle?